Yeah, in general, the discrete time signals are represented in the four ways. One is the graphical representation, and the second one is functional representation, the third one is tabular representation, and the last one is sequence representation. We can represent the discrete time signals in four ways. One is graphical, second is a functional, third is a tabular, the last one is sequence representation. Let's see how the one arbitrary discrete time signal is represented in the four ways. Let's see the first one, graphical. Okay, let's take the function. I'm taking some arbitrary function, arbitrary signal x of n, which having the values x of minus 1 is equal to 1, and x of 0 is equal to 2, and x of 1 is equal to 2. Next, x of 2 is equal, let us say the 0.5, and x of 3, let us say it is 1.5. Let us assume this is my arbitrary discrete time signal which exists only at the 5 time instants, that is n is equal to minus 1 to n is equal to 3. Okay. So at n is equal to minus 1, amplitude is 1, at 0, 2, 1, again the 2, 0.5, and 3 is 1.5. So you know the graphical representation how it will be. Yeah. Let us say this is at n is equal to 0, and this is at n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is at the minus 1, minus 2, and so on. Okay, and x-axis is time, which is n, and the y-axis is simply signal x of n, that is simply amplitude. Similarly, y is also I'm partitioning with, this part is 0.5, and this is 1, 1.5, and this portion is 2. Okay. Now, see, at x of minus 1 amplitude is 1, so we draw one vertical line at n is equal to 1. Okay, draw one vertical line at n is equal to minus 1 with the amplitude is 1. Next, at n is equal to 0, amplitude is 2. So I'm drawing the one line at n is equal to 0. Next, at n is equal to 1, again amplitude is 2. Next, at n is equal to 2, amplitude is 0.5. N is equal to 3, it is 1.5. Okay, this again amplitude right. Yeah, this is simply the graphical representation of your arbitrary discrete time signals. Okay, now Can you represent the same signal in functional? Can you represent the same signal in functional? Now try to check is there any generalized relation among these amplitudes? 1, 2, 2, 0.5 and the 1.5. There is no certain relation among these amplitudes. So in such cases, simply the second category is or the second category is functional representation. Just see the amplitudes here. At n is equal to -1, amplitude is 1. At n is equal to 0, it is 2. N is equal to 1, it is 2. N is equal to 2, the amplitude is 0.5. N is equal to 3, it is 1.5. So in the functional, when you are representing your signal in functional representation, first try to obtain, is there any relation among these amplitudes? Like, is there any relation between the amplitude and the time? That you need to obtain. Is there any relation between the time variable n and amplitudes? Okay, if there is any relation, just try to represent that relation. Okay, that relation is a functional representation. Here, there is no relation between the time and the amplitudes. Okay, for that, what I am doing is the functional representation that seems to be like this. So x of n is equal to the first start from the lower time instant. Out of these 5 samples, our signal start from n is equal to -1. What is the amplitude? At that point, amplitude is 1. So, amplitude is 1 at n is equal to -1. Next, the amplitude is 2 for n is equal to 0 and 1. So, in that case, let us see, the amplitude is 2 for n values. You can represent in 2 ways. So 0 is less than or equal to n is less than or equal to 1. So n is from 0 to 1. Next, the amplitude is 0.5 at n is equal to 2. So the 0.5 for n is equal to 2. And the last one, the amplitude is 1.5 at n is equal to 3. So amplitude is 1.5 for n is equal to 3. Okay, this type of representation is called simply functional representation. Okay. And the third one, now the third representation is, what is the third representation? Tabular. This is simply we are representing this time and amplitudes as a tabular form. Okay, that how we are representing, let us see. Just make a table with the 2 columns. Yeah. See, the one is your the time variable. One is your the time variable n, and the second one is corresponding amplitudes. Let's see, all signals start from n is equal to -1, so the time will start from -1, then it is 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and so on. Okay, and at n is equal to -1, what is the amplitude? Simply it is 1. At n is equal to 0, amplitude is 2. At n is equal to 1, amplitude is 2. At n is equal to 2, amplitude is 0.5. At n is equal to 3, amplitude is 1.5. Okay, this kind of representation is called simply the tabular representation. Okay, and the last one and very important is sequence representation. Sequence representation, which is very important and simple to represent any discrete time signal. Let us see. So in sequence representation, you are writing all the amplitudes of your signal, only amplitudes, all the amplitudes of your signal over the duration where it exists. That means if the signal exists from the 0 to infinity, you need to write the amplitudes over that range. Okay, in this case, our signal exists from only n is equal to -1 to n is equal to 3, only 5 time instants. So we are writing these amplitudes. Okay, you need to write only these amplitudes within flower brackets. Okay, that is you need to write only the amplitudes of your signal within the flower brackets. What is the starting amplitudes? And one thing remember, from the left to right, the amplitudes must be n is equal from -infinity to n is equal to infinity range. That must be in the particular order. You must write the amplitude of your signal at each and every existing time interval. That is, you need to write the amplitude at n is equal to negative values. Okay, you should not skip any time instant. Like if you started the signal from n is equal to -1 for this one, you need to write the amplitude at n is equal to -1, then amplitude at n is equal to 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. Okay, till where it exists. You should not skip any time instant amplitude. Okay, so here at n is equal to -1, the amplitude is 1. So you're writing 1, comma 2, and amplitude at 1 is again 2. Next 0.5, comma 1.5. Okay. Now the major thing is in this case. So by seeing this sequence, how the particular person can know what is the starting time instant of your signal, whether this sequence or whether this signal is start from n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, or n is equal to -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, or n is equal to -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. What is the time range? What is the existing time interval? So see the previous 3 representations starting from graphical. So by seeing this, we can say our signal is exists from n is equal to -1 to 3. Again, by saying the functional also, we can say our signal exists from n is equal to 1 to 3 and corresponding amplitudes. Even from the tabular, directly we can say our signal exists from n is equal to -1 to 3 and corresponding amplitudes. But in the sequence representation, we have only the 5 amplitudes. Okay, those 5 amplitudes of signal at n is equal to 0 to 4, those are 5 times, or n is equal to -1 to +3, again the 5 times. Agar n is equal to -2 to +2, what is the time? Okay, that you need to indicate. For that, we are using the one indicator, that is arrow mark. We need to indicate this. Okay, indicate the arrow at the amplitude at n is equal to 0. What is the amplitude at n is equal to 0? That is 2, which is nothing but your second amplitude. There we are giving one arrow mark. This arrow indicates this is amplitude at n is equal to 0, nothing but simply this is the reference point in the coordinate, and the right side completely the positive time instant, and from this the left side is negative time instant. Okay, the next one is at n is equal to 1, next n is equal to 2, next n is equal to 3, and so on. The left side it is n is equal to -1 and n is equal to -2, -3, and so on. Okay, by using this arrow we are indicating, okay, or we are going to give some hints to the other persons to identify the range of the existing duration of your sequence or signal. Okay, these are the 4 ways of signal representations. Okay, let's take the one thing. Let's take one example. The x of n is equal n square over the range n is equal to 0 to 3. Let us see this n minus 1 from -3 to -1. Okay, this is my signal. Can anyone just try to represent this signal in sequence form? All of you. Try to represent this signal in sequence form. X of n. What is the first amplitude? What is the first amplitude? Hello.
Sir. Chepan, sir. Chepan, sir.
Just please respond more.
Chepan, sir.
Okay, in the sequence representation, what is the first amplitude I need to write for this signal?
-4.
So you should start from the lowest time integer. For this case, n is equal to -3. At n is equal to -3, amplitude is -4. Okay. Who given that answer? May I know the number?
103.
Yeah.
103.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. The first value is the -4, which is at n is equal to -3. Next, once you started the lowest time instant, okay, the n value must be in a sequence. That is, you started from n is equal to -3. The next value should be at n is equal to -2, then -1, okay, then 0, then 1, 2, 3, till the last time instant. Okay, n must be in sequence. That n is equal to -2. What is amplitude? -2, -1. Simply it is -3, then -2. Okay. After n is equal to -1, next n is equal to 0. At n is equal to 0, amplitude is 0. N is equal to 1, 1. N is equal to 2, 4. N is equal to 3, 9. Right. Now, okay, the sequence representation is completed? No. Okay. So you need to give the origin indication. You need to give the arrow mark. Where I need to give? For which amplitude? -4, -3, 2, 0, 1, 4, 9. What is the amplitude at origin? 0. So here I need to give arrow. So this is the sequence representation. Okay. Next one. some of the basic elementary discrete time signals. This part also you already know this part. Okay, elementary discrete time signal. Okay, we have around 4 to 5 elementary basic discrete time signal. One is impulse. Second one is step signal. The third one is ramp signal. The next exponential. The last one is sinusoidal signal. Okay. So can any one of you just give me the reason why these 5 signals are called the elementary signal? Okay, about these 5 signals already covered in the signals and system. Okay, my question is, why these 5 signals are called the elementary signal or basic signals? The reason is every signal has its own unique feature. Okay, there is a reason these 5 signals are called the basic signals. Okay, impulse have the one unique feature. Similarly, the step signals also have the one unique feature. Similarly, the ramp, exponential, and the sinusoidal. Okay, now see the first impulse signal. Discrete time unit impulse signal. Okay, which is also called unit sample signal. Unit impulse signal or unit sample signal. Okay, that's it. So in the that is, you know, the impulse signal that exists only at n is equal to 0. Okay, so the functional representation again. So x of n, the impulse signal that is represented with del of n impulse. Okay, which exists only at n is equal to minus n is equal to 0. The impulse signal exists only at n is equal to 0. The amplitude is 1. Okay, in the remaining all the times where n is not equal to 0, that means remaining the positive from 1 to infinity, negative from minus 1 to minus infinity, amplitude is 0. Okay, this is simply the functional representation of your discrete time signal. Can you represent the signal in the graphical? Okay, this is your the time n and amplitude is your the impulse signal del of n. Okay, this is the 0, n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and so on. Now see the amplitude here. Okay, the unit impulse signal having the amplitude is 1 at n is equal to 0. So here I am writing one line. Let us say this is 0.5. Y-axis I am taking the one slot is 0.5, so it is 1. Now just tell me what is the amplitudes at n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Simply the 0. You should not leave empty. Okay. So here at n is equal to 1, the amplitude is 0. You must indicate that is by dot. then only you are saying the amplitude at n is equal to 1 is 0. If you are not mentioned anything means that indicates there is no signal. Okay, n is equal to 2, amplitude is 0, n is equal to 3, amplitude is 0, n is equal to 4, amplitude is 0. Similarly, minus 1, minus 2. Okay, when you have the more number of that, simply we are giving and so on. Simply. That indicates for the remaining time instants also the values are same like the zeros. If you not mention means, if you not mention this dot means, so your signal exists till n is equal to 4 only. There is a mean. Okay, if you are given the dot means it exists for entire interval. Okay, if the amplitudes are same like that n is equal to 5 also the 0, then the remaining all the time instant the amplitude is zeros. Okay, this is the discrete time in its sample signal. What is the what is the unique feature of this impulse signal? Anyone of you? Why we are calling the impulse signal is a basic signal, or why we are treating this impulse signal as a basic signal? The reason is we can represent any arbitrary signal. We can represent any arbitrary signal using impulse. We can represent any arbitrary signal. Okay. Any discrete time arbitrary signal can be represented in terms of delayed samples. You may take even the remaining basic signal. You may take the step signal, that is also represented in terms of impulse. You can take the ramp signal, that is also can be represented in terms of impulse. Even the exponential, sinusoidal, like any arbitrary signal. Take any kind of signals. Okay, those are represented in terms of impulse signal. That is the unique feature of impulse signal. That is the reason we are treating the impulse signal as the one of the basic. Okay. Next, the second one. What is the second signal? Step signal. Discrete time step signal. Now, what is the step signal? What is step signal? Step signal. Step signal always is represented as u of n, okay, which have the unit amplitude over the positive times over the positive time. That is, u of n is equal to 1 for n is greater than or equal to 0. The unit step signal that exists only for positive time and its amplitude is 1, and for the negative times amplitude is 0. In the negative times amplitude is 0. Okay, and graphical representation of this, I'll show the little bit variation for the analog and the continuous and discrete. See that. Normally what you'll do, the step signal means simply having the amplitude is 1 for positive and the negative it is 0 simply. We'll draw the step signal like this. Is it right? Is this the graphical representation of discrete time step signal? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, it is not the graphical representation of discrete time step signal. It is not. Okay. The discrete time signal that exists only at the discrete time intervals, not at every time. Okay. It is not the continuous, it is the discrete. So you have the amplitudes only at the discrete time intervals. Okay. Let's see. This is your the time. And y-axis is your amplitudes of n. So I am taking 0, 1, 2, 3, 5 and the negative time -1, -2, -3 and so on. Okay. Now the amplitudes are y-axis again like the previous. I am going to sample one block is 0.5. Now see, at n is equal to 0, one is 1. Cross the one line at n is equal to 0. Next, at n is equal to 1, again the value is 1. N is equal to 2. N is equal to 3. N is equal to 4. N is equal to 5. And so on. And so on. Right. Okay. For negative times, amplitude is 0. So it is 0. And then again n is equal to -2, 0, n is equal to -3, 0, and so on. Okay, this is the graphical representation of unit step. Why this signal is called the basic signal? Anyone of you? Why we are treating the unit step signal is basic signal? The reason is, see, if you want to realize any signal or if you want to use any signal in the practical applications, then that signal exists only for the positive time. Example, can you say in real time, okay, the particular signal having the amplitude or having the value at time t is equal to -5 seconds? In real time application, do you have any negative times? No. In real time, there is no negative time. Okay, in theoretical analysis, simply we are saying the positive time and the negative time, but when it comes to the real time application, there is no negative times. Okay, at this particular point, when you are starting the analyze, that we are treating as a reference point, it is 0. From that, you are analyzing the signals in the. Okay, now if you want to make any signal is a realizable signal, means that particular signal must have the amplitude only in the positive times. It should not exist for the negative times. Then only you can say that signal is a practically exist or the practically realizable signals. Okay, you can make any signal or any arbitrary signal is a realizable signal by using this step. Okay, by using this step signal, that is simply by multiplying any arbitrary signal with the unit step, you can make that signal is a realizable. Okay, this is, we can make any arbitrary signal of realizable signal. Okay, let's take any arbitrary signal is x of n, which exists both the positive and the negative times. Let us assume you want to make this a realizable signal, means that signal must exist only in the positive times. For that, what I am doing is simply I am multiplying with u of n, x of n into u of n. Now see the product. When you are multiplying your arbitrary signal with the u of n, what happens for the negative time? Some non-zero amplitudes of x of n and zeros. Simply the product is 0. So this product having the amplitude is 0 for negative times and for non-zero values, or you can say simply the x of n values, the same as x of n for positive time. Why? Because you are multiplying with u of n, means having amplitude is 1 for positive time. So 1 into x of n, simply you will get x of n for positive time. For the negative time, what happens? X of n into u of n value is 0 for the negative. So 0 into something, simply the product is 0. Now this product having the 0 amplitude for positive time and the non-zero value are the same as the function or the same as the signal x of n for positive time. Okay, now the x of n exists only the positive time, like that. This is the one of the feature of discrete time step signal. Now we have the third category, ramp signal. Unit ramp signal. Unit ramp signal, which is denoted by the R of n. Okay, the unit ramp is nothing but simply the signal which having the slope is 1. Okay, where the amplitude is equal to the time for positive time and it is 0 for negative time. And it is 0 for negative time. And you know the graphical representation, how it will be. Take the axis, which is in the time n, and the y-axis is amplitudes R of n. One slot I am taking along the y-axis, one unit is 0.5 and it is 0 along the x-axis, each unit is 1 time. 1 second. Now the graphical representation for positive time, let us say when n is greater than or equal to 0, simply the amplitude is equal to n. So at n is equal to 0, amplitude is 0. At n is equal to 1, amplitude is simply 1. At n is equal to 2, amplitude is 2. At n is equal to 3, amplitude is 3, and so on. So similarly for the negative times, for all the negative times, what is amplitude? Simply 0, and so on. This is simply the graphical representation of ramp. Okay, the next one, exponential. Exponential signal. Exponential signal, that is x of n is equal to a power n. Exponential signal is represented as x of n is equal to a power n. This is for all values of n. This is for all values of n. Here, based on the a values, you have the different values of exponential signals. Let us say the first case, if the a value in between the 0 and 1, a value in between the 0 and 1. Simply, example, I am saying the example, let us say the 0.2 whole power n. Okay, that is simply exponential decaying signal. I will show directly here. So you will get the signal like this. Okay, this is simply the exponential decaying signal. Okay, so in case, the second case, the a value is greater than 1. The a value is greater than 1. Simply, this is exponential rising signals. Like this. Your x-axis is time and the y-axis is your amplitude x of n. Okay. The last category, simply sinusoidal signal. Sinusoidal signal, you know this, x of n is equal to a cos of omega naught n plus pi, where a is amplitude, omega naught is frequency in radians, at pi is phase. Pi is phase. Or you can write x of n is equal to a sine of omega naught n plus pi. Whether it is a cos or sine. Where a indicates the amplitude and omega naught is the frequency that is in radians and pi is phase. Okay, this is about simply the basic elementary signals. Okay, impulse signal, step signal, ramp signal, exponential signal, and the sinusoidal signals.